Suicide Squad trailer though. I liked it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the giant conversation that is Topic Talks. As you can hear, Matthew is here, and he is already to talk about the different topics that we have. As I said in the first half, we are going to start off talking about the Gilmore Girls. We're going to talk a little bit about Harry Potter and their new spinoff, and we're going to get to the MTV Awards. Maybe if Matthew is good, we will talk about Suicide Squad. So, without further ado, why don't we get into the new Gilmore Girls uh, show that's coming out? For those of you that don't know, Gilmore Girls was a story of a single mom named Lorelai, played by Lauren Graham, who ran away from her rich, controlling parents and made a new life for herself, and her teenage daughter Rory, played by Alexis Blendell, in the fictional town of Stars Hollow, Connecticut. It ran for several seasons, 153 episodes, Warner Brothers and the CW network, before it ended in 2007. Whew, that was a lot to say. So they're rebooting this very popular series. My sisters used to watch it, so I watched it with them a little bit. My girlfriend and I watch it on Netflix now. And it is a cool show because you see the dynamic about how this daughter who came from these very rich parents is like, get away from me. I want to control my own life. I don't want any of your money. I don't want anything from you. And she obviously had a bad relationship, but it was that dynamic and how the mother and the daughter were like best friends, but there was that time when the mother had to be the mother and put her foot down. And so it became a very popular show. It had stars, like I said before, like Lauren Graham and Alexis Bendel, and it also had a little name, Melissa McCarthy, who played in it. What do you know about this show, Matt?
Well, admittedly, I have not seen it. I do plan on seeing it this summer though. But essentially, from my understanding, it was produced or it was aired on the CW channel, so which I believe is cable, not network television. So not everyone has heard of the show, but it's gotten a huge fan base that are very loyal to it. And really, the neat part about it is a lot of them that I know it's very much a girl show. So, and I think that's neat in a lot of ways because in an industry that's always dominated by guys and you have your guy dramas and stuff, it's like here's something that deals with you know strong female characters with, at least from my understanding, not diminishing them or putting them into boxes or any stereotypes. So
Well, one thing
yeah.
that kind of drew me into the series is the fact that when you watch the show, they act the dynamic between the two main characters, Lorelai and her daughter Rory. It's almost like they're always best friends. But it does go into that point when Rory wants to do something and her mother is like, no. Well, why not? Because
Hmm.
I'm your mother. I said no. And it kind of explores into that where it switches from being friends to being mother daughter. And I actually think it was kind of a cool, just a cool dynamic, and the characters you could had real chemistry. They acted, you could tell that they were mother and daughter, but there was that very big friendship element between, the mother daughter, and then going to the parents of Lorelai, the mother. You could tell that they were rich and stuck up, and the father. It was one of those things where most of the time it looked like the father didn't care. He just picked his battles with the mother, and the mother was always controlling. And it was one of those things that the character development and the relationship between all the different characters was very well written and very well done, portrayed by the actors and actresses in this series. And they also did go into a little bit about how Lorelai was looking for somebody to date, and she had flings here and there, and the daughter had boyfriends, girlfriends. And I mean, this series went from when Rory was in middle school, high school, all the way through college, some college years. And I don't know, it was just a really well put together show. And like you said, it wasn't just like demeaning to women at all. It was actually very empowering. Like, mothers can be very successful single mothers and don't need husbands or anyone else to kind of help them raise, but it also shows that it's a little community, so they kind of the whole community kind of knows the daughter Rory and tried to help kind of shape her um, into what she is or what she was in the series. And I thought it was just all the different uh, things that make up the show were really unique and really well done. And like I said, the writing was just awesome.
I
So,
remember hearing some. I remember hearing somewhere about the writing though. Now that you mention it, they said one of the, I guess, signatures of the show is the dialogue, how fast paced it is. And they said, I can't remember how long I think it was Amy Sherman, the creator. She's saying, most television scripts are like, X long, and she said hers sometimes had to be like 2, 3 times as long just because they delivered the lines so fast. That was part of, like I said, one of the signature aspects of the show. And I just thought that was crazy. It's like, I mean, it's insane just trying to write, episode by episode for week, and to write that much more on top of it and still keep it really sharp. I guess that's that's no easy feat.
yeah, and it's actually funny that you bring that up. It kind of is reminding me a little bit about the show. And remember how I said they had like that friendship chemistry? They did banter back and forth so quickly. And it
Mm-hmm.
was, like, "Hi, how you doing? Oh, not so good. Well, why not?" And it was so fast that you're like sitting there going like your head's shaking like you're saying no, going left, right, trying to follow the different like
Mm-hmm.
characters delivering their lines. You're like boom, 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 boom. Wait, I lost track. Who said what? But it wasn't
Yeah.
so fast that you didn't understand what they were saying, and there was that bantering.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost kind of like and I'm about to geek out a little bit. The show Doctor Who, the 10th Doctor did have a quick banter when he was trying to figure something out, and it kind of reminded me of that. I really like the shows where people talk really fast because it adds something to it. But the fact that there were these two girls, mother and daughter, that could banter back and forth and just have a full conversation in like 2 minutes, it was like a signature of the show. It was something that only that show did in that kind of setting, and I thought it was a really cool touch. And yeah, I mean, writing a script for that, if they're talking that fast, you have to have a really long script.
Yep.
So it definitely was one a good show, and it is still really popular. My girlfriend told me about the fact that it was coming back a while ago. Originally, when it was coming back, Melissa McCarthy was not scheduled to be in it. Melissa McCarthy was in it, played a chef named Suki, and
Yes.
her and Lorelai were best friends. They worked at an inn together. Later in the series, Lorelai ended up owning the inn, and Suki became the head chef for that inn as well. And Melissa McCarthy actually, she originally wasn't slated to come in because of her busy schedule, but she was when she was on Ellen, she announced that she was going to appear or she was going to be on there. It's only going to be a 4 show series. It's going to be each show is going to be about 90 minutes. So it's kind of like 4 mini movies. So they're going to be about 4 hour 90-minute episodes. But it's just mostly to kind of tell you where everybody's at and what they're up to. Honestly, I kind of hope that it would kind of spark the series. I know Melissa McCarthy may not be able to appear in every episode,
Mm-hmm.
but having a series would be nice, and she may be able to make time for something like that. Like she said, that show has been near and dear to her heart, and she's always wanted to do kind of a reboot, but it's never worked out with her schedule and their schedule. All the schedules just haven't lined up.
Yeah.
But she did announce that she is coming back, which made everybody, I'm sure, made every Gilmore Girl fan very happy. I know I was kind of bummed when it was said that Suki was not going to return. And I was kind of thinking, well, how are they going to explain that in a show? Because when I look for a reboot, one of the things that I look for is if there are characters missing, how are they going to handle that? Are they just going to completely ignore it? Are they going to write something in to say, oh, well, they're here and then they can make guest appearances? Or are they going to say, well, that there's been some big tragic fight and they're never going to show up ever again? And
Yep.
it kind of brings me to like the Fuller House um, first episode. They actually they did something kind of cool. They were talking about, they're like, well, where's Michelle at? Oh, well, she's busy in New York with her fashion empire. And everybody stopped and stared at the camera. And that was kind of a cool, in my eyes, that was something cool that they did to acknowledge that, they may appear in the series, they may not, but they actually acknowledged the character, that she was too busy and kind of made a joke about it that, you know, that's actually what the actresses are doing. But, it was just kind of a cool add on that they did. So, but I hate when people like when they don't explain why a character's not in there. And it doesn't even need to be a big long
Hmm.
explanation. They could say, "Oh, well they moved on, Suki could become some big master chef and have her own cooking show or something." But I mean, that's just one thing that I really look for. So I'm glad she's coming back. I would like to see a series. It may not happen. Most of the actors and actresses have become pretty popular with and are busy with other things, so it may not happen. But I'm excited for the reboot. It looks like it'll be. Uh, it looks like it's gonna have all the original cast in it, but don't quote me on that. I just saw some pictures of who was gonna be back, and it looked like most of the original cast was gonna be back. So that'll be nice. And any final thoughts, Matthew?
I guess final thought. I'd like to say, as I said before, I've heard it's been hailed as a very feminist show. It's gotten a lot of female viewership, male viewership a little bit less. So something that might be interesting. There's a podcast that was, I know, nominated for some sort of podcast award called Gilmore Guys, where it was two guys who watched the entire series and they did episode by episode reviews talking about it. So just something to, get people thinking a little bit more. I think, how does this show relate to different audiences across the gender gap?
Well, and it's funny because there's, like I said, I'm not ashamed to say that I've watched it before, and it's one of those things that, yes, it's girly, but there are some elements in that. I don't know. I feel like sometimes girly things guys can like. It can be allowed for them to be able to want to watch something like that, or if it is a series like me, where they grew up watching it with their sisters, or if you it's just I feel like it's a show that could be a family show. It is mostly geared towards women, but it does kind of have a
Yep.
little bit of an element um, to kind of be more of a family show too. So our next topic is the new Harry Potter prequel. They released the teaser trailer for the new Harry Potter spinoff. I've been really excited for this. The new movie is called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Now this takes place long before Harry Potter, centuries before Harry Potter, or decades before Harry Potter. And I watched the trailer. It actually looked kind of cool. And one cool thing that it had in it was the guy who was obviously a wizard was walking up. It looked like he was coming into the U.S. or coming into, I think it was New York, and he walked up and his bag just popped open. And he looked up and said, and you see like a claw or something, and he looked up and said, "I really need to get that fixed." Closed it, and then flipped a switch on his briefcase that said like Muggle something. Then the guy opened it up and asked him a couple questions, and he opened it up, and it looked like a normal suitcase. Then later in the trailer, you see he opens it up and walks down in it like a stairwell. So it's kind of, it gave me the Harry Potter feel. So I'm hoping this is another kind of J.K. Rowling stroke of genius because it looks really good, and I hope they'll
Yeah.
incorporate some of the creatures that we do like from the original Harry Potter series.
They did release a teaser trailer a few months back, and that one wasn't as good. I wasn't as excited, but at the same time, it was a teaser. It was just letting us pretty much announcing, okay, we have this movie in the works. But this trailer did catch my interest a little bit more. I like how it grounds the story a little bit more within, how does this play in the Harry Potter universe. I like that last shot with him walking into the actual suitcase. That was hilarious, I thought. If you have not seen it, watch the trailer just for that shot alone. So,
I will post the link with the information where we got the information for the trailer and with the trailer already in it. And like Matthew said, it's an awesome trailer. I would go and check it out. If you are a Harry Potter fan, like I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. When I was younger, I had like the big circle glasses. That was not on purpose. That was just happened. Everybody told me I looked like Harry Potter, and I had the blankets and the pillowcases, and I was huge into Harry Potter. I have the entire series on DVD. Yes, I know it's the outdated form that is DVD. You can make fun of me later, but I was a huge Harry Potter fan, and it did kind of give this trailer kind of gave you the Harry Potter feel. So if you are a Harry Potter fan, if you hate Harry Potter, there's nothing I can say. I mean, if you want to check it out, go for it. But if you are a Harry Potter fan, I would say check it out. It looks like it's going to be another kind of hit out of the park. So that'll be something cool that you should check out. Our next
it's go.
topic. Oh, sorry, Matt. Go on, Matthew.
Oh, okay. I just want to say one more comment on that. I mean, I'm very curious to see how this is going to be because it is going to be it's a planned trilogy. But the thing is, Harry Potter, part of its success is everyone, like you said, we all grew up on it. So, and we saw it to the end. This one, it's not going to have quite that same resonance with people. But at the same time, you have Eddie Redmayne as a wizard, which I think is fantastic. And then just the fact that we have magic back again, to me, I think it's sort of like Star Wars. So, Star Wars, something we all grew up on. It's like kind of died away for a while, but then, yeah, it was exciting. We had lightsabers and stormtroopers and everything again. That was really cool with Force Awakens, and I'm hoping the same thing happens here with Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, I have some high hopes for this series, especially with the teaser trailer looked awesome, and they did kind of have like the little bit of a Harry Potter tune in it, but
They
they did
did play with the. Yep.
they remixed it a little bit, so it's really cool. Like I said, if you haven't checked it out, I would check it out. The next topic that we have is we're going to talk a little bit about the MTV Awards. I didn't watch them. I don't think Matthew watched them either, but we did look them up. We did do a little bit of research. We'll reveal some of the winners of the different some of the different categories, and I'll throw that link in with all the other ones at the end of the show in the comment section. On the brand new, I should announce this now. We have a brand new Topic Talks Facebook page. So that's kind of exciting. Every show will be posted right on there. You can click on the link and listen to us live, or you can download it and listen to us later, or you can just go on the website and listen to it whenever you want to. But all the links will be posted in the Facebook page below the recording of the live show. So, with that little bit out of the way, let's get on to a little bit of MTV Awards. I chose this because it was something that was going on with movies that I thought I should kind of throw in. Like I said, I haven't seen it, but it fits in with our Movie Madness Monday, and I feel it was something important enough that I needed to incorporate it in the show. So, I'm just gonna go over a couple of the winners, like the best. What is the best virtual performance? Is Inside Out with Amy Poehler. If you haven't seen Inside Out, it's an awesome little film. Actually, it was kind of a big film about the different, uh, the different. Come on, Matthew, help me out.
The emotions in your head.
Thank you. The emotions in your head. So it was a good film. Check that one out. It was a good kids film. let's see. Best action performance went to Chris Pratt with Jurassic World. What else do we have here? Best male performance. Or no, sorry. Best comedic performance went to Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool. I really need to see Deadpool. I still haven't seen it yet. I am broke. Don't make fun
Ooh,
of
go
me.
see Deadpool is a good one. That he deserved that.
From the commercials, it looks phenomenal. The
Though I also think Melissa McCarthy for Spy could have given him a run for his money, but
Melissa McCarthy, some of the other ones that were up for that award were Amy Schumer for Trainwreck, Kevin Hart for Ride Along 2, Rebel Wilson for Pitch Perfect 2, and Will Ferrell for Get Hard. And like Matthew said, Melissa McCarthy for Spy. Those are most of those are actually pretty good movie. I've seen Spy. I heard Get Hard, but I didn't have a chance to see it. The, they're all good actors and actresses, so it looks like a tough category. And Leonardo DiCaprio won for Revenant, and he was in a also kind of a tight category. He went up against Chris Pratt for Jurassic World, Matt Damon for Martin, Michael B. Jordan for Creed, Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool, and Will Smith with Concussion. Concussion was another one that I kind of wanted to see. It was a performance, and it was based on a true story. And I heard it's a pretty good movie about uh, the the effects that football has on the brain for different football players, the concussions and what health hazard it has, and how this uh, doctor went forth and said this is not good. We need to do something, and everybody kind of shrugged him off. So I think it's kind of a cool story. I've watched several different things about it behind the scenes and how Will Smith got into character and all this. It looks like a good movie. So I can't recommend it, but go see it. And if you see it and you think it's a good movie and I still haven't seen it, shoot me a message. Say it was an awesome movie and tell me why you think it was awesome. I might incorporate that in our show later. So you never know what you might. If you send me something, I might throw it in the show. If you don't want me to, say, hey, just wanted to tell you, by the way, don't throw this in your show. So there is that too. If you just want to tell me something, I'll always read stuff and I'll reply back. I'm a very friendly person, so don't think I'm a giant butthole. I'm a very nice person. You can ask Matthew.
he is a nice person.
Thank you. What else do we got? Ooh, Best Hero went to Jennifer Lawrence for Mockingjay Part 2. That's another one that I
All
need
right,
to see.
now that one I'll contend. I think Charlize Theron should have won for Mad Max or Daisy Ridley for Star Wars.
You didn't like?
But Hunger Games Part 2, I've been kind of done with Hunger Games. I think Jennifer Lawrence has been too. So, but that was exciting to hear as well because you have a breakthrough performance. Daisy Ridley won, and best female performance Charlize Theron won. So, we do have some strong female representation in there.
Well, Best Villain went to Adam Driver for Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That's kind of a given. I feel like some of the best villains have come out of the Star Wars trilogy and will continue to come out of the Star Wars trilogy. I think that's one of the things that that they're very strong at is their villains are very very unique and very dynamic. So I'm really glad that they got that award. We also got Movie of the Year, and that again went to Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Man, I should tell you guys something that you don't know. You probably figured that I went to that movie. Best Fight went to Deadpool. So the Best Fight award went to Deadpool. I can imagine that too. Okay, guys. Well, Matthew's been pretty good. Those are just some of the winners of the MTV Awards. We have 5 minutes left. Matthew, are you ready to go on to a what is it called? I can't. I'm not thinking today. I told you you could talk about Suicide Squad, so
Talk about Suicide Squad? Alright, I guess I can do that.
you've only
So,
got 4 minutes
okay.
though.
I got 4 minutes. I can do that. Alright, so I did see Batman v Superman. And for those of you who haven't, I won't give out any spoilers. However,
Thank you.
did not perform as well as I hoped it would.
Oh.
So it had a lot of problems. But some of the things they did right, they did really, really right. So, for example, Wonder Woman was excellent. A lot of the fight sequences were really good, etc. But because of the bad reviews with Batman v Superman, people are really nervous about Suicide Squad. The new trailer dropped yesterday during the MTV Movie Awards, and it does have a lot of the humor as the last trailer. It shows us a little bit more of the gang, how they're going to be working together. And I guess my thing is, it's going to be a different director. It's David Ayer. It's no longer Zack Snyder, who did Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. So this will have, hopefully, a different flavor to it. This is a new creative team. They're going to bring some new blood into this DC universe. And the trailer, we're getting Jared Leto as the Joker, which I know has some people split. I'm really interested to see what he does. They're definitely taking a lot of inspiration from the comics. And Margot Robbie, I think, is killing it so far as Harley Quinn. There was a pretty sexist shot of her in the trailer, which didn't make me too happy. But besides that, I think, again, the humor's just spot on with it. So, and it's just awesome, the fact that we are getting a movie of all super villains for once. So go out and see it. Comes out August 5th.
There you go, Matthew. I gave you your little couple minutes in the sun. I was very impressed with what I saw for the trailer. So, like Matthew said, it comes out when, Matthew?
August 5th.
It comes out August 5th. Go and see Suicide Squad. Write me back. Tell me how it is, because right now I'm too broke to go and see movies, and I probably will be for a little while. Send me, tell me what your thoughts are. Thank you, Matthew, for coming on the show today. We're always really happy to have you on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And now is time for my little spiel. I'm Aaron Klingy-Smith. I started this show and in hopes of reaching out and sharing topics and different conversation with all of you. Those of you that are listening, if you want to ever send us topics or tell me something, tell Matthew something, tell my friend Zach something who's sometimes on the show, or if you want to tell our friend Michaela something, or you just want to share something on the show, let me know. Now that we have a new Topic Talks page on Facebook, I feel like it'll be a little bit easier to contact. You send me a link, I will make sure it gets to whoever you want it to. We might share it on the show. You never know. This show is created with you in mind, and we want to talk about topics that you care about. So, send us topics, give us feedback on how we're doing, and that's my little spiel. And that's it for me. So, until next Monday at 6, I'm Aaron Klingy-Smith, here with Matthew, signing off.